Hello there guys, Bilbo10000 here, bringing you another episode of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. This is episode 21, and in this episode we're going to start the 4th class trial to determine which of us 6 killed Sakura. Monokuma made his announcement and everyone began to meet up one after another. And then... the ultimate martial artist! A locked room murder mystery. What the... Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons. Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive.
Yes,
For
indeed.
example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body, XD. This is just plain creepy. And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put in a sad face, it makes it look super negative.
Yes,
For
indeed.
example, do you have 100 friends?
He's right. That does make it seem sad.
Now then, please get on the elevator. I'll see you all down there. Jesus Christ. What the hell was that?
I don't get it.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me!
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Don't
I
be
mean,
mean.
I didn't murder anyone.
Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer? Whatever. Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. Because there can be no doubt, one of us is the culprit. The killer, the one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know, and yet someone killed her. And that person is here. That person is one of us. Kyoko.
Hey.
Standing around here isn't going to do any good. Let's get going. How can you just stand there? Let's just go. Come on, it's time to put an end to this. I made my way toward the elevator, but with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. And down we go. Just taking a swig of water, very hot here. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. Only 6 of us alive, that is insane. Byakuya, Kyoko, Toko, Makoto, Hina, and Hagakure. Somebody here murdered Sakura. It fell lower and lower, and as suddenly as always, the ride was over. The doors opened once again. It's Egyptian themed. Just the 6 of you, huh? Really? That's so few. You must be so lonely. You say that like it's not your fault we're all that's left. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again, or will your school life come to an end completely? Are we ready to begin? You know the drill, find your assigned seats. And so the curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly fence, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. Don't know why that has to be said every time, because it's kind of silly. Let's begin. Save here. I'm not going to look at our books. I'm just going to set the skill that we got from Byakuya. Just going to check if there's any other skills I can set. I don't think there are. In that case, let's begin. Trial or rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class. If you can
Yep,
figure
skip it.
out, then I'll punish everyone beast.
All right.
Now then, where to begin?
We already know
Well,
who
that was
did
quick.
it.
Whoa, deja vu.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one
I
of
have
you.
to agree with that. They are the most suspicious of them all. Oh, wow.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah! I'd never kill someone, no way!
Yeah, but you and Toko looked suspicious from the beginning.
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina really seems sure that one of those three is the killer, but she must have some reason for believing that. Alright, let's start proving Hina is correct in this. Toko's account, Aoi's account, Byakuya's account. I feel like Byakuya or Toko is going to be important
It was
here.
one of you.
Let me just check what Aoi's account is, because I can't remember what hers was. I remember the other two. Sakura written notes to them all. She had slid each note under the person's room door. Okay.
One of you killed Sakura.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
That's true.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us? That's low.
Oh, damn, I missed it.
As low as you can get.
It's definitely that one, because it means she's basically, yeah, Sakura sent a
What
note to
reason
us.
Because you hated her.
Is that it?
That's the only reason you have her accusing
No.
us?
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong.
So do I Shigeyo.
Another reason you suspect them is because Sakura wanted to meet with them,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So there's no doubt about it. One of those three killed her.
Byakuya said he didn't go. I can't disagree with Hina. There's good reason to suspect all three of them. Then does that mean one of them did it? We're getting straight into the thick of things here. Footprints in the powder, status of Sakura's body, pocket trash. Pocket trash.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all three of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
But which one?
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to
I can
see
agree
her.
with that. He never did.
I didn't either.
Okay.
Yeah, same here. I never.
Nope. You had one of her sweet wrappers
wrong.
in your pocket. I'm on a roll here.
Hiro, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper,
It was a sweet
remember?
wrapper.
It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave
Yep.
Sakura.
No, it's.
Hiro, would you
it's-
mind explaining yourself, please?
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
Exactly.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura. It's the only explanation.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened
Yeah,
to her.
but didn't Sakura only get the candy recently?
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime
Which is
before
impossible.
then.
What Hiro said can't be right, because Sakura could only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know that is Sakura got the candy from Hina. Hiro got the candy from when Sakura got that candy. Sakura loved candy too much. Hiro got the candy from...
I
Yeah.
got it. I'm not sure about that, Hiro.
Haha.
Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's
Which means you're
office.
lying.
So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was.
What have you done, Hiro?
Oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Yes. You lied.
Why the sudden hostility?
But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me!
I don't believe you.
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
For once, I'm hoping. Is Hiro gonna die?
You're acting incredibly suspicious!
More hostility.
It's not just normal hostility! You're the real culprit! I even have
Let me
proof.
guess, the magazine?
Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
And how does he know about that when he wasn't in the crime scene?
At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way!
How did he know he wasn't allowed in the crime scene?
You just don't know when you're beat, do ya?
Hiro, hold
Yeah.
on.
When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found
No,
Ogre's
you didn't.
body.
You got kicked out of the room.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of
Thank you,
the crime.
Kyoko.
So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Yep. But when Kyoko found the magazine with a dying message in it, it was on the magazine shelf.
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
That's right. Looking through the shelf, I found the magazine with the dying message on it. I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, but what
does it?
Hiro's been saying never makes sense. That's the problem with him.
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes
Are we gonna have to
perfect
battle
sense.
you? Yep. Alright, let's contradict him. What are we working with here? We've got dying message, status Sakura's body, pocket trash. It's gonna be the message. Because that's...
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Which is wrong.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
No, it doesn't. Okay, let me take a look at it. Status of Sakura's body. She was found dead, seated in a chair, slumping forwards. Traces of blood were found around her mouth. No injury or indication as to why she would have vomited blood. Is it her... A bloodstain was found in the magazine. The blood was zoomed to his chakras. There's currently no explanation how a bloodstain would have appeared so far away from where the victim was found. And then the last one was... pocket trash, which doesn't matter. So I think it's actually Sakura's body status. There's definitely something wrong with what Hiro just said.
I can tell you exactly when I found when Ogre's body was discovered.
No, that's not it. Okay. I'm not too sure. I feel like this is right. I just need to figure out where.
I can tell you exactly when Ogre's body was...
And I can tell you, it was only I found the magazine when I pulled it out.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
There's definitely something wrong.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying when Ogre's body was discovered.
Is that it? No, that's not it. What's wrong? Did I say something weird?
Shoot!
I don't know.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Oh, I have to absorb a bullet. I'm an
I can
idiot.
tell you, it was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine. When I pulled it out, I saw her final...
Okay, I need to look at this one more time.
I can tell you exactly
Body
when
was
Ogre's
discovered.
discovered.
And I can tell you when it was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away when I pulled it out.
What's your What I said makes total sense.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying
when Ogre's
body was discovered.
That's it. I was just dumb. I keep forgetting that absorb bullets exist. Alright.
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf
Exactly.
nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have
Exactly.
seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the
I don't
message?
think he saw the message. I think he wrote it.
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with
Yeah,
that
I
one.
kind of agree with you there, Hina. These guys are being very dumb. We're stuck with fucking Hagakure the idiot, the split personality serial killer, the douchebag Byakuya. God, you're the only nice one here other than
Trying to
Kyoko.
confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura
Exactly.
wrote that message in the first
Check
place?
the handwriting from her
yeah?
notes.
I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you
No,
know
that means it's probably
true.
false. Yeah, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way. She didn't write it. Hiro, you're dumb. Oh, I'm actually panic battling him. Okay, cool.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right.
I'm just going into frenzy because I completely forgot to press tab.
The end is nigh. Show me the proof.
It's okay, he's really bad at this.
30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult
I mean, I can just spam this and it works. That's the funny part.
The end is nigh.
The end is nigh. No. Hero,
show me the proof.
Get out.
This should prove it. I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger.
Sakura didn't have any blood on her fingers.
Both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then, who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
And thus he framed Toko.
Yeah, that's exactly what
Thank
happened.
you for telling us the truth, you fuck.
Ah! He admits it!
I figured as much.
But why would you write something like that?
Because I killed her!
Oh. You're admitting to killing her?
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
I mean, we all gathered he'd do what the note asked. Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well. Okay. Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy.
Oh, sure, thanks.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
And this is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then...
Crap!
I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head.
That is a really vicious look from Hiro. That is something that I don't think anyone would have expected from him. He is a real force to be reckoned with if he gets backed into a corner, like kind of a dog.
I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening.
Poor Sakura.
Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again.
But that doesn't
after
explain how she was sitting down and the fact that she had 2 bangs on her head, not 1.
Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you
But then how did Toko's magazine name get to the magazine shelf if he said he wrote it on a table?
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura.
Jesus.
We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
Well,
There's
a
one
lot of
thing that
contradictions.
Hiro's story just now doesn't explain, and until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
It's the magazine.
I got it! That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it?
Huh?
By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and
Which
put on
means
the
someone
shelf.
else had to have been in the room or after Hiro had left.
Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh.
Hagakure.
I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying. He's gotta
And
be
why are you
lying.
getting defensive, Toko?
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then, he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, Someone else must have put the magazine back
And
on
it wasn't
the shelf.
me or Kirigiri Kyoko, because we were both talking with Alter Ego. I doubt it was Hina, because her and Sakura are besties. And Byakuya said he never went, so...
In other words, at least
Toko?
one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the
It would have to be
magazine,
Toko, because it's got a name in
they
it.
must not have liked what was written on it.
Toko.
I got it!
But why was Toko in there?
It had to be Toko, right? Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was
Yeah.
written on it?
Was he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
If you say yes, you're gonna get attacked. If you say no, you're gonna get attacked. You can't win with Hina.
Why would I have... Wait, but more important, that doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it.
That's right.
No, you
Killed
didn't.
her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this
Thank
case
you,
ends.
Makoto.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't
Bum
the
bum
killer.
bum.
You can't be
Which means it can
serious.
only be
That's
Byakuya
just-
or Toko.
I don't believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time.
I don't really see why, but okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case. I'm pretty sure I know it's about the 2 blows to the head. So we need to find the truth bullet that has the 2 blows to the head as the mark. Kyoko's Examination Summary Magazine, Monokuma File 4, I believe it was. It was Monokuma File or Status of Sakura's Body. Blood. No indication as to why she was vomiting blood. Monokuma File 4. Evidence of a strong blow to the head. Seems the victim suffered from violent vomiting. Kyoko's examination summary is that she suffered 2 blows to the head, which means it's Kyoko's examination summary that we need.
I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind before she could do
I don't
anything.
doubt that.
You hit her from
Yeah.
behind. And you only hit her once.
There we
Is
go.
that right?
Thank you, Kyoko.
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered,
Mm-hmm.
and she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hiro really is the killer.
So I have to hit the once one.
I didn't want to, but I grabbed a Monokuma and I hit Ogre from behind.
You hit her from, and you only hit.
Yeah.
Just once.
There we go.
No,
Because the thing is, we know he only hit her once, so that's actually true, but we're just contradicting the fact that he only hit her once, meaning that, yeah.
If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Huh? 2?
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have
Who
2
knows?
wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma
Yep.
bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles
The weight of the
themselves.
Monokuma bottles plus the fact that 2 of them are missing.
There's something very suspicious about... Once you understand that point, you'll understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have
The
been
weight.
used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf, right? And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now, just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone
But it
missing.
actually got mixed up with the first bottle.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should
The
become
pieces
clear.
inside. Hangman's Gambit, it's the chess pieces. Is it going to be chess piece? I think it's chess piece. No, I don't want to play that. No. I accidentally pressed something on my desktop and it just started to load up Dark Souls 3. P. Come on. I need a P. Chess. P. I. E. S. No, not SC even. I'm good at English. And E. There we go. The chess piece.
Now I understand.
Now I understand.
That's it! The chess pieces! Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different
But
chess
we're
piece.
missing 2 chess pieces here.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found
The knight.
was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that
Where's the
matter?
queen?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn.
Where's the queen gone?
What was left intact at the crime scene were the
Yep,
king,
we know this.
and on the ground was
So where was the
knight.
queen?
Oh, so the queen
Yeah.
is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, Shogi is way
I don't even know how
better.
to play shogi.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has anything to do with this
Well,
case. That bottle could have disappeared any time before
our
the
little
murder.
experiment shows otherwise.
It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
The ball that was missing was broken.
I got it! The bottle must have been broken,
What makes you so sure?
because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just one broken bottle at
Because
the
we're good at
scene.
our job.
And what is this evidence?
It was the weight of the... Where is it? Monokuma bottle experiment, that's it.
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that
Because
is
2 Monokuma bottles were messed up in the
there was
the set.
actually more than one bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene
There
of the
we
crime.
go.
But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that
To hide
anyway?
the fact they were there.
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There can be no doubt the second missing Monokuma bottle is involved in this case. It must have been used by some bowling aficionados. Sakura's second attacker.
I got it! The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second
It was
blow.
probably Toko because she's been arguing about it so much.
Wouldn't you agree?
Boom.
And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait, I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do
What about
with
Genocide
it.
Jill? You guys don't share memories, so maybe you had something to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her!
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am.
Okay.
Plus, I just remembered something
Oh,
that
really?
proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. you know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
Oh, wow. So Toko was in the rec room? She was in the locker!
Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that
I agree with you that time, Byakuya.
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've
Oh.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear
The locker.
to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
What? Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous.
Then explain why there were dusty prints on the locker door.
Whoa, why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
Toko, Toko, Toko. I'm bullet time battling her now as well? Seriously? Alright, let's go.
It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No, no, no! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you.
Alright, gonna have to just go. Oh no, we're fucking up, we're fucking up.
Enough! It's a lie! I admit nothing.
We're on fever, right?
I hate you.
I curse you. I hate you.
No, no, no! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you.
Toko,
That's enough!
just stop. What? Oh. I didn't do it in time. I forgot about that. I forgot that could happen.
I curse you. It's a
God damn
lie.
it. I should have remembered that. Okay, it's the locker handprint.
Enough!
This should prove it.
Are you alright, Toko? No, I bet you're not, because I just shot you in the face with my truth
Did you know
bullet.
someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking. Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
Oh, she's just being called out.
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Yeah!
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up
Well,
admitted it.
Byakuya told her to.
Then you killed Sakura!
No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her
It's
head
kind
on.
of sad, really.
So I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying
So that's why she
message.
put the magazine back on the shelf.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around,
Oh, that would
there
terrify
was
her.
Sakura
Because of the blood.
covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted. Right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Yes, of course. Who else does she mean, Makoto?
Guess it's back!
It was was your fault after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories, so I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see...
The most terrifying sight you'll ever know.
Splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was
So
a
she
bottle.
did use the second Monoguma Bowl.
Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Oh.
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me.
Yeah, well, I don't think you have much of a choice at this point, Byakuya.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack no problem.
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's, but anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
So that's good. Keep talking like that, and Hina's gonna...
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hiro on that one.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's do
Well,
this.
Toko... It doesn't explain any of the poison stuff, though, because there's a bunch of truth bullets we haven't even sorted out yet.
No, not quite yet.
Huh? Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd?
Well, knocking her down and not having her sitting on the thing.
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it. Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
I get it.
Your wish is my command, darling.
Alright, let's keep going. Which one are we going to be using this time? And Kyoko obviously knows. Oh, she seems a little confused there, actually. Magazine, dying message, Monokuma
I was just sleeping peacefully.
Let's listen to what she's got
and
first.
all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre come.
Okay, it's about where she was in the room. Okay, so body was discovered in the room on the third floor. There's evidence of a strong blow to the head. No other injuries, however, it seems violent, belonging in blood. Dead in the chair, slumped forwards. It's the status of her body.
So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma
We got
bottle?
this.
You got it. I smashed her.
Lovely.
Good.
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up.
Ah.
I killed her there in front of the shelf.
No, you didn't.
No, that's wrong.
You knocked her out, but you didn't kill her.
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think
Because there was the
same
blood
way.
splatter outside the magazine rack. Alright, let's find the blood stain.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then
Yeah,
what's
exactly.
the deal?
How did she get to the chair?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be
And we have more
explained.
truth bullets left.
Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the
Nope,
locker
locker was
again.
open when we came in. Even she should have remembered that.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened
Nope.
the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, She just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
The locker wasn't open.
I got it! Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside.
Hina contradicted herself there.
And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this
Oh,
case.
Byakuya's gonna go ham on us now, isn't he?
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to
No.
the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
It's the poison. Aoi's account or the yellow powder. I feel like it's the Monokuma file.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot.
It was the Monokuma file that said she vomited
it's
blood.
wrong. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited
A
blood.
blow to the head wouldn't have caused that much vomit.
I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited
Yeah.
blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her
And
mouth.
she looked.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
I feel that's a big clue towards her character, guys.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Ooh.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
Oh, shut up, you arrogant asshole.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible.
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to
'Kay.
Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? And I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah.
Just
good
stop
point.
talking, hero. It makes things easier on all of us.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
Yep.
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found
Oh, this is
it.
the poison that was found in the the cupboard.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3
A,
sections.
B, and C.
In section A, dietary
Yep, we heard about this,
supplements.
so I'm
In
gonna skip
B,
that.
And that's where the poison came from? Section
No, it was
C?
found in Section A.
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
Yeah, Section A.
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? But you just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's
Of course.
What do you mean?
why. I mean, this.
Oh. I couldn't believe he's drinking poison. I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya put the bottle of poison to his lips and...
Huh? Master!
We were so shocked at what we were seeing, all we could do is stand there and watch. But as if it were the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink
idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of
It's
course.
protein powder. Oh no, they really did get switched.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Kyoko took the bottle from Byakuya and scraped out a bit of the contents with one finger. She touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
So the protein powder and the poison got switched?
Huh?
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
There's only one explanation. It went to Sakura. So someone gave it to Sakura. I don't actually know what the word is. Protein drink, is it? Protein drink. We need Gnaw. Come on. E. E, please. N, please. Come on, you can do it. Give us an N. Alright, D. R. Oh, R. R, please. Come on, you can do it. And an I. Consonant, please. Consonant. There we go. Protein drink. Whoosh.
Now I understand. The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true.
Exactly.
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched, so the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
And who would have got Sakura protein shake? Out of everyone here, the only person that would talk to her that much was Hina.
Holy crap!
All they had to do
Hina!
was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Hina, you lying bitch!
You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
You lie. It's Hina! It's Hina!
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause
Oh my
of death.
god.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison. And I already know exactly who swapped the mixture.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone
The
to
footprints.
see.
I got it! The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about.
And let's
isn't
see
it?
whose shoes fit the bill.
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind.
Crap.
And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me.
Hina!
The footprints. They're mine.
Oh my... She admitted it.
Hina?
Holy shit. Hina, you killed her.
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then Ogre's killer was...
Yep. I did it. I killed
And that would
Sakura.
explain why she was so quickly gunning for everyone else.
Just as I suspected. The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
It was Makoto and Hina.
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why...
Why he got me to test him.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Hina.
Just Hina.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
I'm in shock. I mean, Hina was defending Sakura earlier. Oh my god.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty
That's
little
true.
scheme.
Hina, is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink, but when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a
Hina.
sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you
Shut
thought,
up,
right?
Byakuya. This is really not the time.
That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once. And then
Hold it.
Kyoko has something to say. Interesting.
I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves.
I feel like that is Byakuya's fatal flaw. He's judging everyone else based on his own preconceptions like he told us not to do in Chapter 2.
Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism, but there's still that one unsolved
locked
mystery.
room.
And I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
well,
She looks a bit shocked.
that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns
So we have to figure
me.
it out ourselves, Hina.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill
Yes.
her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like
Exactly.
a footprint? It's too obvious. Too
Especially
easy.
coming from Hina. She's a lot smarter than we give her credit for. And Byakuya, he's getting a bit riled up here.
He's right. It makes it look like
Could it mean
you
that it's
wanted people
Byakuya?
to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please. I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away, I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And
Something doesn't add up.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein,
We still haven't identified
right?
whether the yellow substance on the floor is protein powder or poison.
Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
yeah.
Where were the footprints going from Section C to A?
Can you repeat that series?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully
Big Mac?
pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're
Byakuya,
satisfied?
you're missing an important clue. Until we figure it out, let's figure it out. Source of the powder, footprints in the powder.
First, I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the...
Yeah. When I grabbed the...
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C.
No, you didn't. The footprints in the powder prove you
No,
didn't.
that's wrong. You said you went to get the poison from Section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C
They
to
were moving
Section
from
A.
Section A back to the door.
That contradicts what you just said.
What?
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina
She
just
said she forgot to disguise her movements because she was too much of a rush. Nervous, didn't notice.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well...
You lied to us. Plain
Boom.
and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious.
But then,
The
who
powder
killed
had already been
Sakura?
spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section
If it's
A.
not Hina, who killed her?
So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
If you've been paying attention, only one person could have done this.
You see...
What the hell? What's going on
He is
here?
actually confused, whereas me and Kyoko are just like,
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
What?
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave
oh, this is
oversight.
great. We've got Byakuya on the ropes.
Just say it already. What is it you think you found?
I found this.
A piece of glass. Where's that come from, guys?
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle, and the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize?
Kyoko's having
Well,
so
then.
much fun at Byakuya's expense right now.
Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Huh? Me?
Alright.
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
Quite simply, it's the rec room window
I got
that we broke.
It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another
How did the
question.
glass shard get into the poison bottle that was in the chem lab?
How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
what's strange is that according to what Hina told us,
The bottle of poison should have been at Section A of the shelf in the chem lab, but it wasn't.
the bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was
Yes.
a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked, there's no other way to explain the presence of that glass.
Which
in
means that it was
bottle.
switched with the protein drink.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf
And
in
the
chem
only
lab.
person that left the room was Hina because she went to go get the others.
Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked, but how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the
Let's
protein
go.
can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it? Or
Oh, it's
anything
because
like
of the
that?
glass that was underneath the can. How could the glass be underneath the can if the window got smashed? If the window got smashed and the can was in there, the glass should have landed on top of the can, not underneath it.
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you
Well,
say
we'll
that?
tell you right now, Byakuya Togami. Ultimate affluent progeny who's getting beaten by a girl whose ultimate talent still hasn't been revealed, and a normal average boy who just does some really good feng shui or whatever.
How can you know what I don't know?
Because maybe, in your little world, you didn't realize that people know things. People are smart. Oh my god, I love this. This is one of my favorite things in the world. Just seeing Byakuya on the ropes. Okay, well obviously it's the empty protein drink.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be.
It was in there before the rec room was unlocked.
No, it wasn't Byakuya.
No,
and I've
that's wrong.
wanted to contradict you for so goddamn long.
You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor after the window was broken. So it had to be after we got
And the
into
only
the
one that could have
room.
done it was Hina.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it,
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched. And as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
if that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein
It's
can.
very simple.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
A suicide.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then tell us already. Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina,
No.
right? She took it and
If we're
gave it
going
to
by the
Ogre.
idea that Sakura was the one that drank the poison and she was the only one in the room, then she was the only one that could have got the poison.
What do you think, Makoto?
She even had the yellow marks on her shoes.
I got it! I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop
We're not lying, Hina. You're lying.
Why? Why would you lie
We're gonna
like
panic
that?
talk battle her or whatever. I have to get Hina to admit that. Yep, we're battling her. 3 of these in one go, jeez. Okay. Let's go.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar!
1, 2, 3, 4,
Wrong!
1.
You're wrong! I hate you!
Boom, boom, boom,
You're a
boom,
liar.
boom, boom.
What are you saying? Wrong!
This is
You're
so
wrong.
fun.
Just let it end
This
already!
is one of my favorite trials in the game, honestly. It's just
You're
such
a
a good
liar.
trial.
Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you!
You know who hates
You're a
you?
liar.
No one, because we know
I'm
that you're telling the
telling you,
truth.
I did it!
Oh no, not that we're telling the truth. We know you're
I hate
lying.
You. Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
This should prove
The
it.
yellow powder on her feet.
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's
She
foot?
dropped it herself.
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my
Nope.
thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
It's time to pick. If you haven't figured it out now, guys, let's go through all the people still around. The killer is not Kyoko, obviously. It's not Aoi, we've just figured that out now. It's not Yasuhiro, because he's a dumbass. It's not Byakuya, despite the fact that I wish it was, because he does seem very riled up about this case. It's not Jill, because, you know, we figured that out. The only person that could have done this was Sakura herself.
Here's my answer.
She committed suicide.
The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can
I could
fly.
chuck you off a cliff and see if you can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, Everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it, all so she could end her own life.
It's so sad.
And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked
There was only
room.
one person that could have locked it. That was Sakura. It was impossible otherwise. Because Sakura wanted to create it.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation,
But
didn't
why?
you?
What was her motive to try and get everyone killed?
When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead. And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything. And Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
Yep.
You said you were going to go get everyone else, but your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
It's just... It's such a good mystery.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her
Well,
death.
it's time to do the closing argument, I'm pretty sure.
That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right? The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison? Vital pieces of evidence. And yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed
Yes.
Sakura?
No! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. You're right. You have to end this properly.
It's like, I'm gonna draw my manga. Alright, so that's obviously gonna be Byakuya, getting his note, which is this one. Oh, he looks evil in this. Then, page 2. Toko got to the rec room early and hid somewhere. Hidden locker. Then, in this part, we've got this. What was in the Monaco bottle that Hiro hit Sakura with? It was... Was it the Queen or was it... No, it was the Knight. The Queen went missing. That's the one we need. Then he wrote Toko in the book. He left. She booked it out. Toko was... wait, at that point, Toko, who was in the locker, had seen the entire thing. Where are you, Toko? Which one am I gonna... There you are. And then, what did she do with the magazine that died message? She put it backwards on the magazine shelf. Like so. Okay, she fainted. Genocide Jill appeared. She grabbed the bottle with the Queen. Okay, then Sakura woke up. She got very upset. What actually killed Sakura came from the chem lab, right? It wasn't the protein drink, it was the poison. Act 6, we all arrive. There was something on the floor near Sakura's body which someone grabbed, the poison. And this one, what was it they switched the bottle with? It was this.
Here's exactly what happened. This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya. But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened, knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina.
And that's what happened.
That's the full truth of the case.
And it's all because Hina wanted to protect her friend, so to speak. That's the only motive I can think of, at least.
Sakura took her own life. And you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But, Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't
I think it's
discern?
time for Kyoko to talk about that thing that came back to bite him in the ass.
Huh? Oh, well, I mean...
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve
He
this
just couldn't
case.
understand the emotion behind the attempts.
See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the
Thank
end.
goodness. With that, I think the trial is finally over. Nice.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your
I'd love to
vote.
actually see these levers one day.
So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
And the guilty party, who committed suicide, Sakura Ogami. Bet nobody expected a suicide, did ya?
Okay.
In that case, nobody dies, except for Sakura. No one gets executed. Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire existence!
Okay, we're done here.
What did you
So
say?
that's the whole truth, huh? I see. But there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Hina, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us.
What are you thinking?
And yet you... Why did you do that?
Don't be
Yeah, we
mean.
almost died there.
What is
Because...
this?
That's exactly what I wanted. What? I mean, the reason Sakura died is because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why
You should have been the one
I
to
couldn't let her
die.
be the only one that died. You don't mean you were gonna take us all with you? We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes. For serious? That's...
What
You still
is
don't
this?
understand? Then let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this. Such brutality has made me desperate, so instead of just waiting to be killed... Oh, it's a suicide note. Oh no. I found it on the ground, in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note. Suicide note? Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran out after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down. I don't care if I suffer for this. It's my fault after all. But now you're suffering because of me.
No forgiveness!
You tried to protect me, but because of me,
I
my
can't
closest
forgive
friend
this.
got hurt. Sakura,
I...
because of me, my friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility. Sakura thought that she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault, which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can't! Don't you see how dangerous that is? Don't worry, I just want to talk to them.
But...
Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you...
Hina.
Please, don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
They're friends.
Aww. Sakura? She clearly believed. She completely believed. In all of us. If you just talked to her, you would have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet...
Why?
Everyone attacked her. Everyone called her out. Everyone just... You trampled all over her feelings, and then you did the unthinkable.
No, that was just a misunderstanding.
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you, and you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her.
I won't.
Do you have any idea how desperate she was? Seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of just waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand. That's how far you'd pushed her. Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina.
You came. Wait right here, I'll help you out.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you. What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
A favor?
Some protein.
I'd like some protein. Could I ask you to? Yeah, you got it. Just hang on, I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she'd asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder, and that's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. But by the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura.
Please.
Let me in. Please open the door.
Why? Why?
Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet, you all blamed her. I tried to protect her, and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it. Hina. We killed her. All of us. We pushed her into a corner and we murdered her. People like us shouldn't be allowed to live. And that's why you tried to lead us astray. You did your best to make us arrive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial. Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
Hey!
I'm sorry to interrupt when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but it's just taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died? What did you say? Everything you just said is nothing but your interpretation, right? Your own opinion of what her suicide note meant. Of course I know what she was thinking, because her and me... Well, what I'm really trying to say is...
Yes,
Don't you think the entire foundation is just shaky? What if it was really all... He had her suicide note, and swapped it, to cause the whole hellhole.
What is that?
Isn't it obvious? A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What? But Hina already...
Too bad.
Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby.
It's true.
This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put in her room. What? Then you lied to me? Oh, don't say lie. It makes it sound so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit.
Well now.
I can't help it if you totally took my little scribbles at face value. It didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little... I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You were the only ones jerking each other around. Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process. Okay, and scene. Cut.
And?
So then, what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna
I'm
do?
glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrator voice. But you know, haven't you been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea? Okay, I don't care about this.
But hold on.
You never hear the rest of the story, blah, blah, blah.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Talk about a buzzkill. All right, here we go. Ahem. My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
You see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family has watched over it for 300 years.
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch, so even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, that was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried about that. Until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But what neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive, I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
That's how I came to feel.
So that's why Sakura... That's why
I've
she
made a decision.
changed.
I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Or maybe oxymoronic, or just moronic.
Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I am perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But unfortunately, that is not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred.
My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me, which is exactly what the mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well.
I have an obligation to get this situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me. Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I am willing to give up my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I've never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then Sakura didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us.
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting, to protect us.
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much. No normal person could do that.
However,
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible. Hina's fucking traumatized.
Finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially.
The reason I didn't tell any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry. But please, don't be sad. If I can thwart the Mastermind's plans, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I have chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I have to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end, though, I hope to show myself through actions and not words. Hopefully then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else, no matter what. Just survive.
God, I want to cry. That...
But...
This is... Oh man. I didn't understand how she felt. Not at all. I thought we were close and still...
What are you gonna
But
do?
in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless. She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyway. Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one. She deserves all the blame. Everyone go blame her. She deserves it. Now then, the next victim has been decided.
What do you mean, next victim? Nobody here blames anyone.
Huh?
First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that the fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death was not a waste.
Say what?
Because she made us remember. We're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together. Damn straight. This is all because of our misplaced hatred. Well, I don't blame her. I can't blame her. And nobody can blame Hina either.
Ooh-hoo.
Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered. Because the one we need to destroy is you. Nobody else.
What?
What
do
the
you
heck?
want?
That's not how this is supposed to go. But anyway, are you sure about that? This killing game is a competition between all of you, remember? Your enemy is each other.
He's absolutely right about that.
Lovely, Byakuya. You understand, don't you?
This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I am bowing out of the game. Oh, thank you, Byakuya. You just said something amazing.
Huh?
Sakura and Hina were both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear the others have cast aside their fear for this game.
Don't make
There's
me
no
repeat
point in
myself.
participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement. Which is why I will no longer be participating in it. What's going on here? Now, I only have one thing to look forward to.
It's all
And
clear
that is to heap the harshest possible punishment onto the one who thinks they can control me. Byakuya, does this mean... Don't misunderstand. I haven't been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism, if that's what you're thinking. Wherever master goes, I go. And if their mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire. Everyone.
Hey.
Well, now can you say that Sakura's death had no meaning? How boring. But nothing good can come of this. I'm still gonna be the one having the fun time.
What the
The
heck?
fun time? Anyway, let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track.
You want
It's
me
the
to
moment
punish
you've
you
all been
guys?
waiting for. Punishment time. But Sakura was technically the killer, and she's dead. You're not gonna... Is it me? Oh heavens, no. Just because the Blackened is dead doesn't mean I can just summon whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you? I'm very particular about the Bear Times 1 rule.
Listen
But I
up.
spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it'd be a shame to let it go to waste. So for my special punishment, I've prepared a special guest. Oh no.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
Get ready for the feels, guys. They found him. And thus, I think this is going to break Adina, if you're watching. With that, Alter Ego has passed on. You suck, man! You totally turned him into a mangled hunk of junk! That really took a lot out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. After all, they say for post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at, and I'm all about the grilled goodness. Fried, boiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence, grilled is where it's at. I realize how dangerous it could be, but still I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So it's okay. If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul, and my disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out of my mouth. How dare you! That was my friend. How dare you kill him?
What's the
You were
matter?
friends over a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next, friends over basketball? Shut the hell up. He wasn't just a laptop. He was my friend. And you killed him. Is this what you call animism? Where a soul dwells within all things, even like laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got in my way. It was trying to find things out all sneaky.
Just as
So
I
you
thought.
finally noticed him.
Actually,
Finally? No. I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was gonna play out from the start. What?
What are you thinking?
You knew? And you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the data in that laptop, it was... I guess you could call it a gift from me to you. Or maybe more like a reward in honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult. So of course I didn't care if you got access to that. But sneaking into the network was just too personal, so I had to do a little, reformatting.
I want to be able to help.
No. Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help at the risk of his own life. And for that, he was killed.
Yeah, the punishment time has made me feel a billion times better.
Very nice.
Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing. It makes me remember that every low can get even lower.
No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who's died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday you will pay for this.
Ba-bum.
Holy moly, you're super mad, like just unreasonably upset.
Well.
Okay then, time to bring things to a close, but before that, I need to read the postscript.
Postscript?
Yeah.
There's still a bit more left of Sakura's note.
Huh?
Do I have your attention? Okay then, here we go.
Hello.
Prepare your ears for the dulcet tones of yours truly. One other thing, Hina. There's something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of this school.
A clue?
Hina.
Ah.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here, and so I've learned one thing, which is, the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is...
Oopsie daisy, that was a close one. Another word and we would have been hip deep in spoiler territory.
Too bad.
Okay, don't want to ruin the surprise, so book club is dismissed for today.
You can't just stop at the most important bit.
It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? It makes you so mad you don't even friggin' know, huh?
You
That's the
guys?
whole point, stupid. It's to get back at you all for hardening your resolve. Fine. But at least, Sakura's note. Like I'd ever let any of you greaseballs have it. But
Too bad.
sucks for you, loser. Wait, what's this?
What is it now?
There's one last line in the note.
And let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you, you bastard. No matter what, and that's seriously it.
Wow, what a stubborn loser. Huh.
She won't lay down and die? She'll fight you?
Well, whatever. Who cares what some dead musclehead has to say?
Well.
I'm out of here. You guys should try to get some rest, and maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach this school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. Think about it long and hard.
Right, we're gonna go until the end of chapter 4, and then I'm gonna end it off. Those are his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message, her last clue to help us solve the mystery of the school. The mastermind did something to us. Kyoko said something like that before, didn't she? It was after Celeste's trial was over. What did you do? What did you do? To my body?
Who?
Answer me. What did you do to my body? The mastermind did something to our bodies? What are they saying the mastermind did? And what did the mastermind do to us? I mean, did the mastermind plant a bomb in us or something? And if we try to leave the school, a sensor goes off and the bomb explodes? I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of. No, I feel awful just thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo.
So the class trial's over and Monokuma's gone.
But
So now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there? Other than to head back up? Yeah, okay, let's get out of here. But... Hina must still feel responsible. Dial back that ego a bit, girl. The kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not
I would
possible.
never have lost to that kind of challenge. What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out.
Stop
Shut
talking.
up. Seriously, I'm sorry. How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that the last one? I haven't reached a point where I need someone apologizing to me more than once.
Sorry.
Okay, I see what you mean. Then, I'll try.
That totally wasn't normal, right? Did she just capture his flag?
No, 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 no!
I cannot suffer the existence of someone who would disturb the romance between me and Master. What are you talking about? That's absolutely not what's happening here. Why would I ever go for a sleazeball like him?
Sleaze?
What did you say?
Ball?
What the heck?
That's right, I called you a sleazeball. 'Cause you are. Sleazeball.
Apparently you still have a death wish.
Oh, more biting sarcasm. No wonder you don't have any friends.
No, no, no,
Stop
no!
fighting with Master. You're making me jealous. I want the abuse give and take. Me!
I guess it's not so easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. But at least they're not acting like enemies. And so Sakura's class trial came to an end and we returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms and before long night snuck up on us. And it's not over yet, we've still got a bit more of Chapter 4. Which I'm going to finish this episode because I learned finishing Chapter 3 in that alternate episode really kind of ruined the flow of things. Okay, yeah, it's nighttime. Nighttime descended and pulled me down along with it into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such a deep sleep. But the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice. Wake up. Wake up. Huh? The voice dragged me from deep slumber into hazy half-consciousness. My eyelids were like lead. Hey, Kyoko.
Kyoko?
Yes, it's me.
Huh? Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
In a flash, I was wide awake. What are you doing here?
It's
I'm here to
true.
wake you up. Oh, I see. Wait, but my door. It was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless. It was unlocked? Are you serious?
Hey,
Always. And you don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised. What time is it? 3
Correct.
o'clock? In the morning, of course. It's 3 a.m. Why was Kyoko waking me up at this hour? No, I don't want to look at the windows. It's so late. What happened?
Makoto.
I have a favor I need to ask. What's your favor? Remember what
So-
Sakura said at the end of her note? I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you. I want to find out what she meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan to do that? Then Kyoko put her lips next to my ear and whispered. The data center on the 4th floor. What?
Goodbye.
I'll meet you there. Without another word, she was gone. What the? Her words reverberated through my half-dazed head. The data center? But I thought it was locked. It's very simple. We're gonna head to the data center. It's a really quick thing. We head to the data center, something happens, then something else happens, and then we find out some very interesting news. Apparently we can't teleport, so we're just gonna have to walk out. Let's go. I hope it just skips us there, because I don't want to have to walk around. I made my way into the after-hours school and headed for the data center on the 4th floor. Eventually, I wound up at the data center, but when I arrived, Kyoko's not here. That's weird, she said she'd meet me. Is she maybe inside already? I put my hand to the door, and with a certain amount of force... Locked. I tried again, but... It must be locked. What was it Kyoko said? The data center on the 4th floor.
What's this?
Oh, what are you doing up, mister? Gah. Breaking into a locked room is incredibly prohibited, don't you know?
Oh, well, I just,
You're trying to tell me you didn't actually bust in yet, right, bud? I can see that, you dolt. Don't waste my time telling me crap I can't see for myself. It looked like you might break into any It looked like you might break in any second, so I thought I'd give you a friendly reminder. Or are you gonna try and tell me you were sleepwalking or something? No, nothing like that. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, for crying out loud. Even I get tired, you know. Stop being weird and go back to bed. What's wrong now?
Just a second.
Why are you out here making a racket? Kyoko.
Now you two.
You too? You guys?
The two of you, just get back to bed. I'm positively exhausted from the class trial.
It's true.
Sure, you got it. Come on, Makoto, let's head back.
What?
What?
Hey.
Didn't you hear me? We're leaving. I had no idea what's going on anymore.
Shall
Don't
we
worry
go?
about it. Let's just go. Okay.
Go, get out of here. Shoo, shoo.
So we left and went back to our rooms. And then...
Goodbye.
So, goodbye. Hold on. Listen, what was all that about just now? She woke me up, made me go to the data center, which just so happened to be locked, and then she shows up late and we leave without checking a single thing. What was the point of all that? Don't worry about it. I figured that would be the end of our conversation, just like always, but... Get ready. Well
Goodbye.
then, good night. Sure. And then that was over. But as I turned to leave...
Mukuro Ikusaba.
What? Kyoko was right next to me once again, whispering into my ear.
Mukuro Ikusaba, the 16th student, lying hidden somewhere in the school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
There's a 16th student. But what are we gonna do? We'll find out more in the next episode, because now Sakura is gone, and a secret student has appeared. And in the next episode, guys, we're gonna find out what happens. But for now, I do need to end this episode off, as it is 2 a.m. in the morning, and this was a bit of a recording session. But thank you so much for watching this episode of Danganronpa Happy Havoc. In the next episode, we're gonna start Chapter 5.
Mukuro Ikusaba.
And, you know, Kyoko, you can just be quiet. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time, guys. If you're enjoying the series so far, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.